Let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about the episode. So Gwen gets exposed. Finally. We finally got her exposure. She had two people on her neck. Abigail was the one that got to her first. Xander and Gwen. Now I know y'all a little slow. Xander a little slow. Gwen, I don't think you that slow. I remember y'all talking about the conversation about the miscarriage and Jack finding out, but I really don't remember y'all going into that much in depth about it. But apparently y'all went in depth about it, and apparently Trash heard it, and apparently Trash was looking for something for y'all behind, and she got it. Not only that, she got the money. Xander, you done had that suitcase more times than that briefcase more than once. At this point, that's a musical briefcase at this point. You was doing this and handing it over to Trash because Trash said she knows Gwen's secret or she gonna blow it out the water. You didn't realize you trying to save your girl once again. Too late. You should have held on to that briefcase a little bit while longer and you probably would have been a millionaire by now. But I understand you want to save your girl. You want to be happy with her. Y'all want to go, on vacation and all that. So I kind of understand you were trying to save the babe. That unfortunately for you, is no saving her. Like I said, why should she be happy? When she ran around, like Abigail said, you ran around here bothering, harassing us. You blaming me because I lived a good life. And you basically blaming me because you didn't know Jack. And basically, you coming after me and my husband, playing around with my kids, then slept with my husband, pretended to sleep with my husband, getting in mess with Gabby. Like, you got too many victims, Gwen. I don't know why you thought you were supposed to be happy. Like I said yesterday, I don't know what possessed you to think that you're supposed to be happy after all the chaos and hell you caused in Salem. We even had two people die by the sake of you. Why should you be happy? Everybody else that don't do half of the mess you did and, happen to find peace and, let bygones be bygones and, move on with their life and, then found they dead after all these years, they'll let it go. You wouldn't let it go. You had one more stunt up your behind. And remember when Jack told you, I'll be the father figure you want? All you got to do is give it, work on it. You told him you was working on it, but you wasn't really working on it. So like I said, you wonder why Jack walked out on you in that room when he realized you was lying to him this whole time. Because if you remember correctly, Gwen, remember he wanted you and Abigail to get along from the jump. It didn't work out. Then once it cooled down, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was during the time before Abigail went to Boston. He wanted y'all to get along. He said no more secret and no more lies. He want the truth from you. Remember when you was sitting there debating on going good or stay bad, or you still got some revenge to go out? Remember those moments when you was sitting back, should I be a good girl like Dad said, or should I act out again? Remember how you wouldn't sit down and you was acting out again? Remember that? Like I said, that's why Jack mad at you. He mad at you from the beginning all the way to the end. All these lies you've been carrying around here. And Jack, I thought you was the smartest man in Salem, but it's obvious. The point that Abigail had to spell this out for you, Jack, I'm ashamed of you. You a news reporter for crying out loud. How did you not put two and two together? Abigail shouldn't have had to explain this to you, and Abigail, you should have been saying the word before Abigail got the chance. You're a reporter. Come on. You knew exactly where Abigail was going at when she said Gwen lied. And the day she went to the hospital and the day she fell out them stairs and accused Abigail of making her lose her baby, you should have known from the jump without seeing the paper that, oh, so you actually didn't lose your baby thanks to Abigail pushing you down them stairs. You lost your baby before then and you was coming to the mansion that day to tell Chad that you lost the baby, but you and Abigail got into it, which made you go down the stairs, and that also goes back on your promise that you promised Jack when he said he want his two daughters to get along. And remember how all you had to do was just tell Chad you lost the baby, but Abigail, like I said, I'm not blaming either one of y'all because I understand the emotion was in the way. Abigail wouldn't let it go. Her husband was having a baby by his sister. The words Abigail said to her to them stairs, and I supposed to clear your conscience, and I supposed to clear your conscience, and you calling my baby a mistake and all that, and I'm a horrible mama. I think I would have held on to that too. So like I said, it takes two to blame, but yeah, I kind of don't blame neither one of them because if Abigail wouldn't have ran into Gwen that day before she went down those stairs, Chad probably would have known that she lost the baby. But Abigail called it. Abigail did her little 1-2 up there in that room, and then Gwen went rolling 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10 down them stairs. So I mean, you look at it, both of y'all to blame. So, Abigail, you can give her a little bit, but not too much because you forgot what you told that woman. Why would anybody in their right mind would try to clear your conscience and your husband's conscience that you just told me I'm a horrible mama and all them other words you just told me up there in that room? Why would I clear your conscience and you basically just told me y'all and told me you don't end my child? I'm supposed to tell you, oh, I'm not having a baby now, so you can have your husband? No. Like I said, I don't blame Gwen for not telling her then in that moment because she went to tell Chad. She didn't tell Gwen. She didn't want to tell Abigail. Abigail happened to see her come in, and Abigail went chasing behind her to confront her. So she didn't get that chance. She was all willing to tell Chad they lost the baby. Abigail kind of got in the midst of that and got in the way of that. Abigail said her 1-2. And Gwen was over it, and I ain't gonna tell you nothing now. That's like anybody would say. Why should I clear your conscience? And you basically snapped at me. I came in the door. You called me everything but a child of God, and then out of the audacity to tell telling me I'm a horrible mama, and basically telling my child, you know, it's not gonna be a part of this family and all that. So why should I clear you and your husband conscience again about him sleeping with me? And I ended up pregnant with him for a couple of months, so why, or a month or two, so why should I clear your conscience? Like I said, I didn't blame them one of them for that. I blame both of them. Because Abigail shouldn't have did what she did. Gwen should have, put herself on top of Chad and, snuck her a piece. So I blame both of them. And like I said before, Abigail was dead behind wrong for going there confronting that girl that day before she went down them stairs. So you look at it, both of them wrong, but it's going to hit Gwen harder because basically you lied about a big event in your life, and basically that could have cleared up a whole lot of confusion in. But unfortunately for us, you didn't get to clear, you didn't get to, straighten it out because Abigail wanted to do hers. So, like I said, the whole episode was about Gwen, really. And I'm so surprised and shocked that they gave her such a big old platform. They gave her the majority of the show. So, Gwen, you was still trying to lie your way out of it. Like I said, once you called and once you that deer in the headlights, baby, all what's left is for you to get hit. I don't know why you were still trying to cover it up. And then what double made it bad for you is, do you have any receipts with this? I don't know where she getting this outrageous allegations from. Is she high? Is she losing her mind again? What's going on with her? When you play with her with that, and then you gonna talk about some proof? Now you knew Dr. Snyder could not be trusted. You know he couldn't be trusted. You thought all the proof was gone. Yeah, he might have cleared it out of, the record books, but he, unfortunately for you, he kept the receipt, left it around for somebody to find. So basically, anybody could have had their fair shot at blackmailing you, and you wouldn't know where it was coming from or who the person was, because this fool then left a piece of paper calling you a liar on paper that Abigail happened to find in 2 seconds. So, I don't know why you thought all the evidence was clear just because Dr. Snyder said he cleaned it up for it won't show that on record, on the hospital records. But you should have known, Abigail. I mean, Gwen. Just because that man told you don't mean he shredded or, got rid of the file. So, while you thinking you was clear and you thought you were going to be, oh, she ain't gonna have no proof. She can say whatever she want to. I can lie my way out of this. That's what you get for trying to lie your way out of stuff. That's what you get. Because once you realize Abigail was dead serious, she wasn't playing, and had Chad there, you should have left it alone and went ahead and confessed. You made it harder for Jack to choose a side there. And basically, you've been lying to this man this whole entire time while he been trying to get y'all together and try to be a sister, try to work on a relationship. And while Abigail sat there and basically put her foot down, swallowed her gut, Abigail don't apologize to nobody. If she apologizing to you, she really mean that. Abigail don't apologize to nobody for free. So the fact that Abigail came to you as a woman and had that woman to woman, sister to sister, basically telling you, look, I'm sorry, I'm at fault, what happened, I went to, to think about things and do this and all that, and all this time you've been lying about that. I feel some type of way too if I was Abigail too. So yeah, you had that coming, Gwen, and I'm kind of glad it happened the way it happened. So you didn't lose Jack. You still got Xander, so you still got a little piece of happiness, even if it's gonna cost you a family you never had. Jack might end up forgiving you because Jack is I would say that. As much as Jack, annoys me, sometimes I like him. He'll forgive me. He'll forgive your behind. So just know Jack gonna be in your life. Abigail might not be, and the other part of the family might not be, but you're gonna have your father. Trust me, Jack. Well, I'm just gonna go on a limb and say you might have a father and you might not, because Jack he got a couple of Father of the Year awards for not being a good father. So you gonna end up having him. I guess he didn't mature now, I guess. So you might end up having him as a daddy. So it won't be too bad for you. Now that we on to that, basically, I'm about to say Chad. Ben and Sierra, she took the home pregnancy test. Now she wanted to confirm it by going to the university hospital and letting them run the test. They ran the test, she's pregnant. All I can say is this devil thing still going along. The devil might end up getting what she wants. It's funny how all of a sudden we ain't heard from the devil since the Halloween episodes. Now all of a sudden, Belle want to have on the Friday having nightmares and waking up out her sleep, talking about the devil, jet lag, seeing her eyes in the costume, talking about John on vacations, he out of town, Steve went and checked that, and he said no, he's not out of town. So something is up, and Steve finna go investigate it. So we should be seeing the devil Monday or sometime next week. We didn't got one part of my storyline I wanted out the way, which is Gwen and her lies. And we can do Pauline and her lies. That'll make the end of this year so great. Or better yet, don't let it out quite yet. Don't. That would be a great New Year's. Let it out during New Year's. Because you know that's coming up. I ain't gonna say no Halloween. I ain't gonna say no Thanksgiving. Nah. We ain't gonna do Halloween. I mean Thanksgiving. We ain't gonna do Christmas. Wait the New Year's and let it on out. Wait till the next year and let it on out. That'll be much, much better for Paulina's secret to come out. But she's so close and they're so close, you never know. We might end up getting it before then. But whenever we get it, I'm here for it. It was one more part. Being in Sierra and was it? Oh no, that was it. Basically, that's it, y'all. I ain't sitting up here looking at my notes, one end to something else. It ain't nothing else. Oh Jesus. But oh, yes it is. And trash. Don't flatter yourself talking about getting this money and helping other immigrants that have the same problem your daughter had. Don't go there, trash. Because if you really wanted your daughter in the United States, you being a DA, you had all the power and all the pull possible to get her to the United States without a green card and letting her stay there. Trash. I don't know why you be playing with me. So you mean to tell me as a DA, as an officer of the law, you couldn't get your daughter a legal green card to stay in Salem? You can get her a permanent green card. You mean to tell me that of an officer of the law, you didn't have that type of pull? You have all other type of pull, but you didn't have that type of pull, huh? Trash. With that blood money talking about, so I'ma use this or other immigrants at the same problem my daughter had. Your daughter was fine. Your daughter was fine. She was on her visas. The problem stirred up with Claire and Claire, Sierra, and Theo them. That's when the situation occurred when she almost got kicked out of the town. I mean, kicked out of the country. But other than that, she was doing fine for herself. But as an officer of the law, trash, if you would have been claiming your daughter that back then, you could have got your daughter the green card she needed to stay in America for as long as she wanted. But you pretending like you didn't have no daughter and act like you didn't want nobody to know you had a daughter and try to pretend like you were single, you single, and I don't know what kind of persona you was putting on. Like I said, I understand the story when you was living with your parents and all that and how you let your parents adopt. I understand all that. But once Haley came to Salem and she was in the States, you should have claimed your daughter from the jump. I don't like that little fakeness that was going on when she came into town and you didn't want nobody to know she was your daughter and how you was sneaking around getting in little arguments with her, calling yourself, they want nobody to find out that she was your daughter. I don't like that fakeness. And now you had the audacity and nerve want to put a fundraiser up for her or a charity up for her to help other people. And you the same one that didn't claim her. Trash. We appreciate that, but you could have done a whole lot more for your daughter if you would have claimed her from the jump. So don't play with me, trash. You had all that power in your hands. You could have had your daughter a legal citizen of Salem. She wouldn't have to leave Salem over no fake wedding or none of that, married to JJ. None of that shouldn't have happened if you would have claimed your daughter. And start walking around here all fake, like you didn't even much know the girl, and pretending like you ain't know the girl when the girl know you her mama. and how you basically disowned her, just pushed her to the side, her and her feelings, even though you can tell it was hurting Haley back then when she had to do all that, even though she wanted to claim you as her mother, but you was too busy and too important. You thought she'll cramp your style and you found out you had a daughter. So don't go there, trash. But anyways, though, y'all, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all night and happy weekend, y'all. Bye.